Hey guys, hey, it's me, Jimmy Lou from the Messy Craft Corner, and welcome to Wednesdays.
Oh gosh.
Oh, that was me. And you know what day it is, Larry? It is, you guessed it.
Yes, it is.
Tag Team Crafting Day. And you guys, we have something so special planned for you guys. Well, we have something planned for you, if I can keep the phone in the cradle. And I want to just say that I heard some things, and we're gonna go over how to do this. Okay, so Judy Moore is here, Patty Wayford is here, Carrie King Hall. Hello, ladies. Hello, Sandy. Now listen, Carrie Hall has done this. Judy Moore has done this. I think Sue Pioski has done this. There's Linda Fletcher. Linda, you tell me if you've done this. And Amanda, we got Cheryl Meach. Hello, hello. We are going to break down this little golden book, and we're going to sew in 2 signatures. And Larry and I are going to give you tips about this all along the way. Right, Larry?
Yes, we're going
Yes,
to.
we are.
Yes,
Larry's
we are.
like, well, yes, we are. All right. So, who's giving me the lovey hearts there? Let me see. It should come up on yours in a second. It was like a big old, hello, Ruth. Hello, Kay. Hello, everyone. Okay, Sandy Jarman says she's done it. Marcella needs to learn this. You have the book. All right, now listen. Jamie, I saw you were commenting on Sue B's live that you are afraid to do this. I want to make it that you're not afraid to try this, okay? So we're going to do the best we can. You're on... This is a different video. Why is Facebook doing that?
Well, I don't know. I guess
They're just wonkadoodle. Tracy Watson is here.
all the way out again.
Okay. This is the only one I have.
There we go. Now I'm on the right.
Okay, so Judy Moore is going to help us a little bit. All right, Susan B., I'm going to tell you, do not throw that book away, because I saw what you did to repair it, and you did just fine, okay? Liz Zellen is afraid to also. So we
Let
had
Larry play too.
She's
gonna.
Yes, I am. I had something else completely planned to do, okay? And then I was watching over at Sue B, and she's just, some days books can just be jerks some days. That's all there is to it. Sometimes they fight you on coming apart, and I'm hoping and praying that this isn't going to happen to us. But we can take those as teachable moments and times when we can learn a couple of things, okay?
Hi, Stephanie.
So one thing that she said was she doesn't have a Big Bertha. Okay, so who else does not have a Big Bertha but also has one of these? Anybody have one of these? Because I want you to love doing this as much as I love doing it. Because I don't know if you guys know this.
Deborah Campbell, how are you?
Hey Larry, do you know this?
Go ahead.
I love doing this. I love bookmaking and junk journal. Okay, so what I want to do, this book here is Prayers for Children. Okay, and it's a little golden book. Let's take a look at it. It is from 1974. It was originally done in 1952, so it's not an A copy. But it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful book. It has no writing in it.
Immaculate.
Yeah, it has no writing in it. It had a little bit of sticker, but I want to tell you. Do you want to give a little tip on how you get the sticker off? Like if they have, because it was a kid's sticker is what it was.
It was a round sticker. It was right in here.
Go ahead, you tell him. I need to go take care of my.
First of all, I started scraping it with your fingernail, because your fingernail's not going to mess it up as long as you don't dig into the actual beyond the top of the coating here. So I just kept going with my fingernail and get the surface of it off. Then you're stuck with that big patch of glue with still some paper stuck to it. So I took something that Jimmy Lou had. Let me see if I can find it here. Hold on a second.
Okay, here I come.
This is orange peeler is what this is.
From Tupperware. It's a Tupperware orange peeler.
It's a Tupperware orange peeler. The end of it, can you see that?
You're in the frame, yeah.
The end of it's kind of like, it's blunt, so if you're digging at it some, you're not going to scrape through it. It's probably not any different than your fingernail, but it could probably take the coating off if you're not careful. So then I took it back to the hairdryer, and I would heat it a little bit. Stop. Not a lot. Don't heat it long.
If you heat it too long, what will happen? Do you know?
Well,
I know.
Probably bubble the...
That's right. I know.
Bubble it right off.
Ask me how I know.
Because you did that.
Experience. Experience is the best
teacher. So you heat it, take it off. Then you take this, scrape some of the glue off. You keep scraping. And then I took a tissue and I scraped it onto the tissue because you will not scrape it off. And then pull it off with the tissue. Kept doing that, kept doing that. Then I was done with that. Then you take your thumb or your finger and push.
To get the
and all that glue will just pile up. And you keep working at it, working at it, working at it. And then you take the tissue and you just buff it out.
That's right.
It takes it right off.
Judy Moore sent me a tool.
Oh, did she?
Oh, that's what that's for. It's a scrapey tool.
Oh, well, where is it?
Oh, I don't know.
It's in the Missy Craft Corner.
Listen, because someone special gave it to me. Here's what I did. I put it someplace special.
Oh, it's with all the special
just have
tools.
it's where the special tools go.
We'll never find that one again.
We might. Okay.
Well, when you're not looking for it, you'll find it.
So once your cover...
I remember when I put this...
when your cover is all clean, okay? So it's clean. Now, if you have one of these, and it does not have a UPC, that's what that's called, right? UPC code on it, you may have an original copy. So be careful about tearing apart original copies. I collect them, so I have original copies. All right.
I have other ones like this.
So what you want to do is you want to hope that the Gorilla wasn't working at the staple factory the day they stapled your book together, and that it will pop apart easily with a butter knife. So we're just gonna say a little prayer. This is a prayer book. We're gonna say a prayer, and that's what we're making. We're making a little prayer book. Okay, it has beautiful pictures, illustrations. And I picked a printable that is all blues, okay? Because there's a lot of blues on the pages.
So this matches.
And I want to pull all... It doesn't match the cover, though.
It matches the interior.
I'm not hating it.
It matches the little baby boy's eyes.
The little girl's eyes and the little boy's suit. It does. You're right. So, but we're going to use that on the inside. So, we're going to make a hidden spine.
Okay.
Yeah, Glue Be Gone is a good product. I just don't have it.
Chemical, you have to watch chemicals on that type of...
Especially,
the coating on that, it could actually lift it if you're not careful.
Oh, doxology is in this. I love that that's in this book.
Where's doxology?
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him, all the heavenly hosts. Praise Father, Son, and Holy Ghost.
Don't forget.
Amen. Hey, it's a dinner and a show tonight.
I remember singing that at the church in Gordon.
I'm going to teach a hidden spine. That's what we're going to do, Miss Carrie Hall. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to help answer, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start near the back because that's where I can see the staples the best. And I'm putting my knife, look at that, Larry, right between the book
and remember, it's a dull, blunt knife.
Yes.
You don't want to use something sharp.
Do not use your X-Acto knife for this, okay?
No, use it.
And I'm going to just, disclaimer here, we do not assume any responsibility if you jab yourself with a finger or a staple, okay?
Well, first of all, you push away from you, not towards you.
Yeah, we're going away. I'm keeping my fingers. I'm keeping my fingers out the way. And the staple is cooperating. Can you guys see how the staple is starting to pop up through the gold? Now, I want to do as little damage to the gold as I can. All right, so we're just going to pop that up. Now that it's straight, this should pop right open. Not yet. Okay. Now, we're going to start working on the bottom end. All right, down here. Again, we're just jabbing that knife up under there and just start working it. I can almost hear it, right? And you'll feel like, oh, I'm breaking it. You're not breaking it. It's all good. You sing it at your church too, Charlene? The church that we used to go to a while ago, we used to sing it there every Sunday. Okay. We're just gonna, you gotta manhandle it a little bit, okay? But be
Or
careful.
the woman handling it.
Yeah, well, manhandle it, but don't be rough, but don't be too rough, because see, I just started to pop that spine off there. That's what you gotta be careful of, all right? And once those staples give it up, okay, your book pops open like that. Now, you can start to remove this. Be careful, because sometimes,
You can rip it.
well, sometimes they started using glue on the front and the back to hold it together better. And all of the things, right? Okay, so what I want to look at here is the edges of my pages. I want to make sure that, because we're going to have to trim these down, that we're not going to take off any words, okay? It's okay if we take off a little bit of the decorative borders, but to me, it's not okay to take off. I don't want to take off like a little child's hand or something like that. I'll tell you, a paper cutter, if you have, you can use your... we are memory keepers, but we have it's called a guillotine, all right? It's a paper cutter, not any of that, like, weirdo stuff, okay? Oops, sorry, guys. All right, now, the staples are right here and right here. What you gotta do is you gotta safely remove those staples, right? So we're gonna just take a X-Acto knife right along the edge of that staple and slice slightly, and just grab a hold of that. Did I just break the tip of this?
Yeah, now you have to watch you don't cut your finger in the tip. It's in there.
I don't see that the tip is missing though. It sounded like I think I backed off.
Snapped it off.
I think I backed it off when it said about it. All right, so we're gonna grab this. Keeping a sharp eye. Now, chances are, no one told me this when I started doing these books. Chances are you're going to booger up your golden piece. That's what they make glue for. You guys, a little tish of glue. That's it.
Just a tip.
Now, I want to tell you, I'm doing this to support a friend. A friend who on her live today had a very difficult time with signatures. So we're going to just go over some things. This is the time for you guys, ask the questions. If you have a question, ask away. All right, so there's that. Now I'm finding where my other one is without taking my finger and jabbing it.
Don't cut the finger.
I'm going to go right along the edge of that. Ooh, so you got to be careful. Should be working away from me.
You know, we're interdenominational is what we are.
Ooh, this one's putting up a fight. It's pushing my X-Acto knife right in there.
Can you use this?
I can try.
You can probably get in there. Probably there we go.
Okay, all you need is a little bit sticking out. There goes the glasses, you guys. Now we're getting serious.
There you go.
Some staples are just stubborn, okay?
I don't know that they're the best pliers either.
What you don't want to do is you don't want to rip your spine in half. But if you do, everything's fixable, okay?
I sing doxology every Sunday too. All right, Jamie. Yep.
Everything is beautiful in its own way. Listen, everything's fixable. If you tear your spine, now I didn't tear mine, you can fix it.
Catholic?
And what we want to do at this point is we want to make it that it's going to do this, so that we're going to have our piece like this. Now, I'm going to tell you, I used to be all about, oh, we got to save the golden spine, right? But I got to tell you, some of them are not pretty. Like, this is not that pretty, okay? So we can cover over things if we want to. There's my friend Marie. Treasure Box Creations by Marie. She's going to be joining us for the Journal Pals next month. I'm excited to have a new friend joining us.
Hello,
she's an amazing journaler,
everyone.
too.
I didn't say hi to everyone because we were talking and looking.
Well, you know what? You can say hi to everybody. Let me tell them what I'm going to do, and then you can...
Non-denominational. Okay, I really think that every denomination has a piece of it. Probably some specialize in one, some specialize in another thing. Bring them all together, and you got God's house.
Right. And you know, you can listen, you can be Catholic, You could be Christian,
Oh, gosh.
interdenominational, non-denominational. You could be Baptist. It does not matter to create a prayer book, okay?
No, it doesn't.
And we won't get into, like, we will not allow anybody to come against anybody else for their religion. If you are believing in Jesus Christ at your church as your Savior,
He's your Savior. There you go.
then you belong here. Okay? That's what we'll say about that. Okay. So, and I know we're doing a prayer book, so we're sparking that debate, aren't we? All right. Measure your book. Not all books are measured equally. Okay? We're going to have to fix that up too. So this is,
fix that up.
it will, 8 inches from bottom to top. Okay? So I already cut my chipboard 8 inches.
Do you have any raggedy ends?
I do, but it's one of those things that it's kind of a cherished commodity around here. All right, so we've got
6 eyes we have. Shauna Dixon always tells us that. Thank you, Shauna.
1 1/8 inch, okay, is what we need out of chipboard. Now, Susan B., are you with me?
All
right.
Susan B. right there.
Okay, Susan B.
Oh, the Lado, is that your...
Yep, Susan B. Chipboard is your friend.
Oh,
If you
big B.
if you don't have chipboard, you can use cereal box, Larry.
Yes, you could.
You can use a cracker box if it's tall enough, right? This is just
Thicker
lightweight.
cereal box, probably.
And what I want to make sure of before I go getting into gluing all my fabric on there is I want to make sure that that's going to fit in there
You got nice stuff.
to brace this up. So,
See,
Miss
I've got the
Susan B.,
perfect size.
let me tell you, when I was watching you do this, you did not have any, not that I saw, maybe I'm wrong, did you have something bracing up your book cover in the center like I just did? See, there's the center of this, because
Glue
to
that in
me,
first, right?
it didn't. So if you don't, what's going to happen? You can try to sew in your 2 signatures, but you're going to have this bouncing around, and then you're having to do extra stuff. So, got your staples out. All right, Marcella's working alongside of us. Good, good, good. All
I
right.
thought she said, God is my staple because my glasses wouldn't focus. God is my staple.
God is my staple. There's a song in there somewhere. Okay. So, now you can glue this in just like so if you want to, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Definitely glue it.
We're going to do a hidden spine. Now, I'm not ever really taught hidden spine here on the page, so this is kind of a first. We're going to use this fabric, and we're going to glue this in the center of this, and then we're going to pull this down and glue it, Larry, and we're going to pull this down and glue it, all right? And then we're going to have these 2 wings, and I'm going to do this in a second, that are going to go out to each
The wings
edge
themselves,
of
huh?
the page. Yep. All right, so I'm going to be covering stuff. It's okay if you cover stuff, it's fine, all right? Your son's going to be 40? Awesome. There's Becky's Whimsy. All right, she's got some books for sale on Friday for the Craft Round the Clock Market Day. He really is our staple. You're right. He is what's holding us together. You are correct, Jamie. We're talking, God really is our staple, Larry, because he holds us all together.
That's right.
Keeps us from falling apart. And you know, our
Definitely
story,
a song in there somewhere.
our story isn't finished yet either, right? Okay, so we're going to I'm going to do this. I'm going to spread this around. Larry's going to get on here in a second, and he's going to help build a signature, because I'm going to build one, and he's going to build one. Yeah, really. Okay, so there's...
Well, she's let me sit by her tonight, anyhow.
There's our piece there, and we're going to glue this down just like so, all right? Press that on. Now, what we're going to do, Larry, is we're going to sew our signatures onto this as if this were a book cover, and that's going to help preserve...
Good morning, Robin from Australia.
Australia!
All right,
It's Thursday
8:15
there.
over there. Wow.
It's going to preserve and protect the golden spine, okay? So we're not going to be poking holes through and maybe coming through the center. Because see, the center there where it's not glued. What are you pointing out?
Let that's pulled up.
Yeah, I know, it's bothering you.
It's bothering me terribly.
Okay, well, let me fix that. Hold on, I got to get my glue clogged up on me.
Oh, Tracy
Oh, that's
Watson.
good, Tracy. Listen, I am
So she was actually able to FaceTime you last night. Wow.
Nice.
That's great to hear.
Okay, there we go. All right, let's glue this down so Larry can stop stressing about it.
Oh, I feel so much better. I feel bubbly and warm inside now. If that's good.
Okay, so back here, see how it's starting? The spine is starting to come away. This doing the hidden spine is going to protect that. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to add a little glue top and bottom.
Is that supposed to be in the center?
It's not. It's okay. It really is okay. All right, so we're going to put some glue down here.
Give it the glue job.
And we're going to spread it. Okay. And we're going to do this. Now, I'm going to show you guys. You need at least a hole punch to do this.
You're right,
okay?
there. God is good.
You at least need a hole punch. If you don't have this, and you can't afford to get one of these right now. Well, first of all, Michael's has them on clearance. So maybe try to get one at Michael's. I'm going to use this. I'm not going to use my Big Bertha. We're going to make our holes in this part, sew everything onto this, and then we're going to glue this into the cover.
Keep an eye on that. Okay.
Yeah, make sure I'm doing it right. You know what box I just opened, Molly? I just was in there and I was like, man, I need a box to put some of these kit things in that I have coming up. And I pulled, go ahead, Molly, take a guess. Guess what it was. If you guessed watermelon, you were right. And I was like, oh, no, that's going back. So we put that back. All right, so see, Larry, that's going to cover on the front.
Just have to have it at the right spot, I guess. That's it.
Yep, and that's going to cover on the back.
Oh, it isn't going to matter then, okay.
Yep, so it's going to do this. I'm going to put it in there. We're going to glue this part down on the front. We're going to glue that part down on the back. And on the back, I'm probably going to cover it completely with something, and the front will pretty it up with some lace. Okay, because we can add a waterfall if we want to. There's a lot of things we can do. So this is now prepped for getting ready to poke our holes in it. Now I'm going to let it rest. We're going to let it have a little break. It needs a nappy poo, all right? Who doesn't? If you're a crafter, stuff needs nappy poos. You were afraid it was the watermelon. I know! So many friends are joining us. You know why? They all want to learn how to do this and get some tips along the way. Do not be intimidated by two signatures. How many of you will say, and say honestly, that you're comfortable doing one signature, but two signatures just scares you? Or how many of you will say, I don't want to sew in a signature at all because that's the part of junk journaling that scares me the most? Okay, so tell me which of the two that it is. And we're going to start building our signature here, Larry. So what we got to do is we have to keep, I want to keep the book in order. Okay, so if we mixed it up, it wouldn't be too bad. But, you know, if it's a story that this has all different prayers in it. So it's different each page. But if you have a story that you have to know what happened on the page before, you don't want to mix it up, okay? So do you want to do the first signature or the second signature?
I don't care.
Okay, well, how about this? If you do the first one and I do the second one, at least we'll know does this then.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so here we go. Let me show them what we're putting in. And we both have the same stuff in front of us. And I'll tell you what we have to cut that down to here in a second. We both have a glassine bag. We both have an envelope. A glassine. That's what it's called.
Glassine.
A glassine. Yep.
Okay, I'll put that.
It's a cookie bag. If that's easier to remember, it's a cookie bag.
Yep.
You can get these in anywhere they sell like baking stuff. Okay. I like one signature, but I'm afraid of two. Linda Fletcher, we got you. The whole thing scares me. Okay, Sharon is new. Oh, wait, that was Shauna. Shauna, you're not new, though. You've been around here for a while. Diane's DIY Designs. Hello. Yeah, it's okay to be afraid and have been here and seen this like all the times I've done it, right? We both have a doily. I didn't have 2 sheets of this. I only had one.
So I got this. I got my doily.
Yep. And you got a half a sheet of this, okay?
I'm really feeling welcome here today, Molly. I got to tell you.
All right. So,
fold this in half?
Yeah, we're going to fold all of this stuff in half, all right?
Perfectly,
so,
right?
Yep.
Don't fold it crooked.
Well, if it's crooked, it's okay.
If it's crooked, it's a junk journal.
We're gonna love it anyways. So Becky's saying that she does them with confidence, and that's okay. Like honestly, it's okay to be afraid of it. Hang on, guys. I'm
Guess it
trying to get
doesn't
my
matter
glue
how-
back open.
As long as it's close. Are we folding the envelope in half too? No.
We are, but
didn't get there.
what we're going to do is we're going to add a line of glue to glue it closed. Straight around like that. And then glue it. And then we're gonna chop the top off. Okay, so I'm cutting down to 5 inches.
There it is. It's glued.
All right, 5 inches for Larry. There you go. I think we might keep this journal going for a couple weeks in a row and both of us work on it on Tag Team Crafting. That might be fun. What do you think?
I guess we probably could.
Okay, so now we're going to fold our envelope in half. It makes 2 pockets, you guys.
Pocket 1 and pocket 2.
I'm struggling trying to get my pretty pink seam binding into these tiny eyelets. Ooh, girl. Your eyelets need to either be bigger or holes need to be bigger, okay? Seam binding is a little bit fatter than the thread we typically use. So you want to use your, let me tell you the size, this is, you want to use your 3/16 inch hole. That's your bigger hole to poke your holes on your spine so that you can get it through, okay? Now, if you're struggling through the papers, you need to take your awl and you need to do a little wiggle, all right?
Yep, and it'll open it up a little bit.
You gotta wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, wobble baby, like that
Is that
song.
how you do that?
You gotta poke it through and you gotta go kind of high and you gotta just make your hole a little bigger. It really will work out in the end. Okay, now we have our papers, and this is where we have to do a little
Fold this
bit.
one in half too.
I folded everything
Did
in
you
half.
glue this one shut?
No, no, because it'll be a pocket, a sideways tuck
Oh,
pocket.
this is. You didn't fold that one yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. Sorry, Charlie. And you can do one of 2 things. You can slice off the end of this so that both sides of the signature will have a pocket and a pocket, which that's what I'm going to do with this one. But you can leave it closed. I've done it and forgotten it and all those things. So Larry's using his preferred method of chopping.
Oh, did you hear how nice
Who's
that
new? Shell's getting crafty. Is your name Michelle? Welcome. Did you cut the end in a sharp point? Yes. Also, make sure your eye needle is big enough. Linda Martin, I'm not sure yet. We haven't quite gotten to how many papers are in there, but I know it was 17 when I was counting it, so it's going to be a big girl. We may not put all of these in. All right, so when we put a book together like this, and we do this, Larry, what ends up happening is when the book is sewn in, we have this overlap. See?
Okay.
Can you see?
Can you cut some of the other end
So
off?
what we're going to do, not the other end, because that's where it's folded. So we have to cut the open end off. And here's the size you need to cut it. I'm going to let you cut it, okay? I finished my first journal last week, but felt the thread I used was too fine. Okay. Yes, and that could be, Robin. If you go with your gut always, okay? So if you feel something is just not right, research it, message me, something like that, okay? Or go with your gut and get something thicker. Okay, so this is what I want to do. All right, so we need our papers cut down to 6 inches, Larry.
6 inches.
Yeah. All right, so
that's going to be pretty far down.
it is going to be pretty far in. It'll be okay, though, because I looked, and it's not cutting off
picture's
any.
still there, but you're just getting rid of
We're getting rid of
part.
the trim part, which is okay. Look, I did it. Now you have to do it. So you can go back and look and see what you actually cut
I'm
off.
not worried about it.
And you can keep this for masterboard. Just saying. Keep your scraps
There
for
you go.
masterboard.
There's the
We're
excess
going to
pieces.
put those up there.
Just in
Okay.
case you want to use those for something, right?
So every little golden book, and if you feel like I'm giving a really deep tutorial here, it is. We're doing a real good lesson on how to do a few things, okay? So 6 inches is going to be enough for this, okay? It's going to be perfect.
Okay.
Okay?
No worries.
If you have a story that the words are over here, you may want to rethink how you're doing your book. That I'm just going to tell you. Okay.
It looks like it's perfect.
So we need our papers. I lost my papers. We need our papers.
Looks good.
To be no more than 8 inches high. So we've got some of the best hand-dyed paper, tag team partner, in the biz, comes from the Messy Craft Corner, and you can get it from us. We're going to cut this down to 8 inches. So this is the hand-dyed one in the back there, Larry. If you want to cut yours down, you need 8 inches. Okay?
8 inches that way.
Mm-hmm. And then remember, it can't be any bigger than 6 inches. So when I fold an 11-inch piece of paper in half, what we get there, Elizabeth Garcia, is 5.5 inches. So what you can do to check and make sure it's not, make sure it's not going to stick out past the end of your book, is to just lay it on top of your book pages. This is now your guide. You got your green bundle and loved it. Awesome. Okay, so that's taken care of. These are taken care of. And then these pieces here.
Probably shaking the whole table here.
Probably. Let me tell them this, and then we can use our cutter and cut these down. These pages here, I shrunk them down because I knew we were going to have to trim them, right? So when I trimmed these ones down, because we're not doing 8 inches, when
Which ones you have there?
it doesn't matter. We have different papers anyways, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we need 8 inches, all right? So I'm taking a little off the white on the top up there and leaving a teeny tish of the white there. That's me, because I'm a little nervous about it. And then I'm taking a tish down off the other side, and that's giving me actually 7 7/8 is what it's cutting my paper down to.
I think that'll work.
Oh yeah, send us a picture. We'll post it here, or you can post it. The ladies will love it.
You said correct.
Well, mine turned out 7 7/8 because I left a little bit of the white at the top and the bottom.
Well, okay.
But it can be 8 inches.
Well, I can go 7 7/8.
Okay, and then just.
That'll actually be perfect. Perfecto.
And then we're gonna fold these in half. Okay, and we're doing that to every page.
That's what you're looking for, correct?
Yep, every page we're doing that to. Okay. You can do more than one page at a time, Larry.
Do all of them at once?
Well, I don't know if I'd do all of them at once, but you could.
See if I can mess it up real bad.
Makes me nervous to do them all at once. So how is our Laura girl? We got to talk to her this morning, and she was pretending to cook for us. Well, cook for Larry. She pretended to make Larry a cup of coffee. So that was fun.
Out, going to town.
Okay, so you can tell my principle does not coincide with this at all. But I went with blues because here's how I picked it. Robin, after this live, I'll share it with you because I think they're like $1 each, okay? And I bought 2 different sets, okay? Do you hear...
What?
Yes. I don't know about political news, so I'm sorry, I'm like no help. Look it up on the internet probably is the best way, or watch the news tonight, they'll tell you. I looked at every page and I said, what's a color that I want that's on every page? What did you do?
Nothing at all.
Oh, yeah, there's green. We could have went with something green, but blue. And I had this in my cart, okay? And I was like, oh, I really just want to use this. Oh, she woke up grumpy. These papers are printable.
Get you.
Did the little growly monster get the little girl? That's what I used to say to Arthur.
This is a good cover here.
Okay, so let me just tell you. These printables, these ones here are all printables. And I chose these because I want to make a prayer book. A book that prayers can get written into. So not a ton of work is going to go into this book. And we're going to do this. And then, Larry, what we're going to do is next week, once we get these all sewn in together, is we're gonna work on this book. We're gonna work on this book a couple of times. And blue is my favorite. That's right. You got me, Molly. All right, so we're gonna fold all of these in half, Larry. Okay.
One at a time.
I'm folding them one at a time. It's better to fold them.
Stand up and do it.
It's better to fold them one at a time, so that way you get that crisp fold.
Stand up kind of going.
That crisp fold that you need for sewing a signature together. The growling monster has been an unwelcome guest in our home. She was having a little toddler time today.
Well, you can't forget that she's
not even 2.
She's only.
She's
only 2 years, not even 2 years.
And she's learning to express herself. It was funny when our daughter said this morning, when we were talking to her, she said, I have to tell Kevin to stop letting her stand on the counter and pick out her own snack. Because she's allowed to pick out her own snack.
She likes to do things herself.
Shannon Clark, I don't know the name of the page off the top of my head, but I'm going to post a link for them after this live. Okay, so they're real pretty though, aren't they? And blue, you could just do an entire journal.
It doesn't matter what order they're in.
It does not matter. No, you're gonna get to
junk journaling. It
doesn't. You know why? There are no rules in junk journaling. The only rule, I'm going to enforce a rule here. Okay.
What's the rule?
You can't get mad and say you're going to throw your project away. You're not allowed to do that. Okay. You're allowed to have a cruddy day, and you're allowed to have a day where a book gets the better of you. But you can't threaten to throw it away because everything's fixable, right? We talked Susan B through it. She got her second signature sewn in. I got right there, right at the very end, and I saw she had a beautiful piece of lace and fabric wrapping around the outside of her book. So she's well on her way to doing an amazing thing. Yeah. Sometimes mommy has growling monsters. I hear ya. Okay. Are you all done folding? You want me to help you fold yours since mine are done?
Fold them.
Okay, I'm just offering.
I'm gonna be okay. I only have 2 more to do.
Okay, I'm gonna count. All right, so I'm gonna see how many pages are in gonna be in my signature. I have 3 pages here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, then I got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I have 17 pages.
So
now,
I should have the same as you do, right?
You should. So let me tell you, 17 is a lot to go in. 12.
9 would be 16.
12 to 16 pages is ideal, but we're going to go with
each one of these once?
Once, yep.
Okay, I have 9. What's this? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, right? Oh,
Each of these are once.
Oh.
You have 3 there.
What?
There's 3. 3 pages there.
Oh, true, okay. Gotcha. We gotta put these in between each of those pages, is that our plan?
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. You have 17 and I have 17.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
We're going to build our signature now, correct?
Yeah, you guys, I don't really want to talk about the CHINA or the other country there because it triggers the bots and then we get some unsavory characters here then. So let's curb that for a little bit. I will not cry if I fail. That means I need to be better next time. Good way of looking at it, Miss Rose. I keep my fails to remind me of how much I've grown. Absolutely.
There you go.
So listen, I've been doing this for a long time. My first book in no way looks like the book most recent, all right?
How about this one? Problems are just opportunities in the making.
There you go.
So if you get a problem, you can't figure it out. It's just an opportunity to fix it up, just like Rose just
All
said.
right. Now I'm going to tell you, Larry, mix it up. But what I think is a really good idea for that, well, don't mix these up. Keep these in order. Okay, what I think is a good idea, though, for this one to be our very first one. As soon as we open the book, that's what we see. Okay, so
Okay.
starting with a book page is what I just told him. Then when you open this up, then start stacking your pages. And you can do them however you want, right? So you can put...
So I open this up. I leave these in here.
Well, I have mine set off to the
Okay.
side over here.
Okay, so I put this over there.
Yep, and then
I
just
put
start...
one page in like this.
Yep, start stacking your pages.
This way.
However you want them
So
to
you
go.
got to put a couple pages in between there, correct?
Oh, gosh, yeah. Yep.
And this one here.
All right.
Uh,
And you can put things in the center. Pockets
maybe,
should
you
go
gotta
all
put
the way
two
to
of
the
these
bottom.
Maybe.
I am.
I'm gonna put two
I want to
there.
make sure I'm not grabbing from your pile, though. It's tag team crafting.
Stay in your lane now. Don't get over there.
It's tag team crafting, but I don't really want to, like,
Did you go
end up
into
with
putting your second page in yet?
I'm going to be ready to do it now. Because it's a prayer book, and every so often it's going to have someone else's prayers, and then it's going to have a prayer from the storybook in here. It's going to be lovely. I can see it in my mind.
Your mind's eye. Is that what
My
you're saying?
mind's eye is levels and layers, you guys. Look at. If I put this down here, and then levels and layers, but what I want to make sure that I'm doing is having enough things per each one, okay? So like these specialty papers.
That one up there. Another one of these guys.
All right, Larry's on it,
What if I
buddy.
run out? What if I have them upside down? Then what?
I don't know.
Oh, they're
See
not
that
upside down,
that
not
could
yet.
be that could be a nice in the center of the signature, but I'm gonna just keep going. I'm good with whatever.
Oh my goodness, I have a lot of
I
these.
know there's a lot,
Well, I
right?
guess I'll just put one of these in here. This now on my next page.
Been working on sewing my bee cover today. Awesome, Kimberly. We're gonna put those together this afternoon in this evening in Bookmakers. All right, and then here's my last page. All right, so here's my signature. Now, here's what I want to tell you. Clips are your friend. Everybody say that. Clips are my friend.
Clips are my friends.
That's right,
I have
because
two left. What am I going to do with these? I need something to put in between there.
well, then you'll have to move some things
Well, I could
around.
put two of these together.
I put a bunch of them together.
Okay, I'll put this one here.
Yeah.
I'm going to put them all together. There we go. And you have to get them all.
Yeah, I mean, do you think I never sat and cried over a journal or had a live where I was like, who remembers the live when I was like, oh my gosh, why is that book would not come apart?
Believe me, I'm not going to cry.
And take it easy how much you're paying those.
Well, I'm just trying to get them together. They're nice
I know,
and
you
evenly.
don't want to rip them up though.
How many clips?
dude.
Got any
Ouch!
clips over there, girl?
Finger there. Just clip them together, okay? Because what we're going to do is I'm going to get a piece of scrap paper and we're going to make a guide, okay?
See what you did. Okay.
Don't skip this step, you guys. The guide is like the guide is your friend, okay? Now, you could keep your guide, but if you keep your guide, if I keep mine, then I'm going to use the guide all the time. So that's why I start doing
How many
it.
clips did you put on it? Just one? Or you got to put one on
I
top?
put one on for right now, Larry. Is all I needed, just to hold it until I get ready to sew in the signature. All right, we had 8 inches high, right? So I'm doing 7 7/8. That's high. And then my spine was 1 1/8. Okay, so we're actually just going to do this at
Better pay attention.
1 1/8. Okay.
What's this for?
This is a guide or a template, okay? I'm going to use a pen so that way you can see exactly what I'm doing. All right. Now, if you have a nice big fat spine, using 3 lines is perfect because then you have one for the center. However, we're going to just do it the way we need to do it here.
This is like art class in its best.
Now, if I go a 1/2 inch in and a 1/2 inch in, they're going to be right on top of each other. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going in 3/8 of an inch. All right. And I'm
That's
just,
going to be where your signature lies then?
yep. And then I'm going to go in 3/8 of an inch from the other side. Okay. Don't skip the guide. The guide is important. The guide is your friend, okay? So there's
Or if you want to
my...
reverse that, your friend is the guide.
Right. Your best friend is God.
Yeah, your best friend is
So
God,
when you're
but
making...
we're talking about this.
Sherry Paulson's asking, so when you're making the guide, you measure how tall your book is and then how wide your center is. Exactly. You got it, girl. Okay? Then what you need is, you need the exact, like right in the center. So 4 inches. And then a 1/2 inch from the top and a 1/2 inch from the bottom. Okay? Now,
Okay,
Larry,
makes
what
sense.
I do is I mark this with a T or I write top. Okay? Because that's where these go. Okay? They sometimes are a little off depending on your eyesight.
This is going to make you get the thing like perfected as much as possible.
Or close to it, right. Okay, so, and we're doing a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. That's what this is called. If you want to get fancy and do 5 holes like Christy Sloan or some other ladies that I know over on YouTube, then go ahead and do that. But me, I'm comfortable with the 3 holes, so that's what we're going to do. All right, now what I want to do is, see this right here? This is the part, this is our hidden spine. It's going to get glued in just like that over the top of our spine that's already in the book. So what we want to do is, first of all, I want to make sure I have this the right way. There's the T for the top, all right? And we're going to just set that on there. It's exact, right? And we're going to clip it. I like to clip it,
She never got her new glasses, not yet.
No, I did not. And that's a whole
It's
story.
not a good subject.
When it's all taken care of, I'll tell you guys the whole story. But just
not a good
know,
experience.
if you are not satisfied with a doctor, eye doctor, dentist, get a new one. Okay? That's what I'll tell you. All right. So a hole punch, and I'm going to use my smaller hole because here's why. I'm only using thread. But if I was using seam binding, I would go with the bigger hole. Okay, so I don't need a big Bertha for this. I just need to come in over here. Okay.
We're gonna look for the little crossing.
Yeah, where it crosses over the center.
Sure you get it right at the
and
right
punch
spot.
your hole. Okay. All right. See, I don't need big Bertha.
Good.
If you are like, well, I don't have a big Bertha. Any hole punch will do. You can get a hole punch from the Dollar Tree for $1.25 to see if you like this. Okay, you might have to manhandle a little bit more. This punches very easily through both of those.
It has a lot of leverage to push the pin through it.
And then we're doing the same thing here, top and bottom. Now listen, of course, my eyes are going to get all fuzzy on me while I'm trying to do this. Okay, so there.
So do you then divide the width of the center by the 3?
What's the difference between the two? Oh, wait, Sherry Paulson, one question at a time. So do you then divide the width of the center by 3? You can. I should have told you this. Okay, I just know where to put it because I just know. It's kind of like when you say to your grandma, how do you know how much salt to put in the recipe? And she says, well, I just know. Okay? I just knew that was going to be a comfortable spacing.
You probably go half, and then you come in what? It looks like you come in like
half of the
an
half.
inch and a half an inch.
Yeah.
Is about what you
No,
did there.
she's talking about this way.
Oh, that way. Okay.
Yeah, I just know. So, what's the difference between the two? This is a We Are Memory Keepers, and it is meant...
Show it to him.
This is meant for this, okay? So if you just have, Big Bertha is a big girl, and she works for me sometimes. You have to talk to her when you get her out.
Hi, baby, how you are?
She's a gentle soul. This is, We Are Memory Keepers, Big Bite, okay? So, Crocodile, Big Bite, Crocodile, okay? All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm taking this out.
You could let Larry do it.
All right, we're folding
Well, when I
this.
have my glasses on, I'm in good shape, Molly.
Okay, now here's what I'm going to do, Larry, is I'm putting that guide
Looks good.
right there, okay?
Okay.
And then we're going to punch it.
punch it good.
Right through those holes that we made when we punched onto here. Let you do it.
I'm not scared.
I didn't tag you in.
The way I look at it is if I mess it up, oh well.
Marcella Simmons. This is a We Are Memory Keepers trim and scoreboard. Here are the lines. I can score my papers on it too. It's my favorite board. When this one goes bad, I spy a new one because that's how much I love them. All right.
You have an old one around here somewhere that looks pretty rough.
So we're punching the hole.
Push it in far enough
Okay.
because as you go,
Yep.
it gets wider as you go.
That's right.
Give yourself plenty of room.
He's right. All right, and then we're going to punch the hole there. Keep your fingers out of the way.
Yep,
The
don't
awl
poke the
will give
finger.
you a good jabber, and it will draw blood. And I am
You'll
not...
go, oh, that hurts is what you'll say.
I am not in the mood to draw blood, okay?
You got to let those in there?
No. We could, right? That's why the clips are your friend, okay? So I'm going to let that one in the center for right now. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Okay. I'm just putting this. See, I have my T at the top. All right. And there we go. What time is it?
It's 10 of
Oh
Can you believe how
my God.
quick
I
that
cannot
time
believe how fast the time goes, to be honest with you. Now, let me tell you something. Okay, Susan B.
Michaels, it was marked down. Yes, Jennifer. Yes,
I love me some Susan B. But girl, you were poking holes in that spine, and every time you poked a hole, I was like, no, because you're just making more holes. So one time, just poke only one time, and if you make a mistake, you know, and you're doing a signature like this, it's okay, because if I mess this up, this is not that big of a mess up. Okay, you can also slice your spine and create a new spine. That's a lesson for a whole nother day though, okay, you guys? All right, make sure to take your guide out because you don't want to sew it in.
I have the thread in here.
Done that. Yes, I do.
Oh.
Listen, I'm on it today. All right. Here's my book. Where do I buy one? Going to town. Marcella Michaels might have it. But they're doing away with it, so Amazon is your best bet. Okay, so here's what we want to do. Pretend this is now your book spine. What I want you to do, clear your mind. If you are one who is comfortable sewing in one signature, say to yourself, I'm only sewing in one signature. You almost have to trick yourself. That's what I used to have to do. I used to trick myself. 3 times the height of your book, and then a little for good measure. Okay. Boop. And then what we're going to do is we're going to find us a needle without jabbing our finger.
Don't jab your finger with the needle.
Well, there's a little case.
Don't jab your finger with the needle.
There's a little case to put them in, but I just always throw them back in there until I clean it out, and it's a whole thing. Okay, Larry has the first signature. And if it's okay with you, Larry, I'm going to go ahead and just stitch it onto here.
Oh, go ahead. You can do it.
All right.
I'm not afraid to do it, though, believe me.
We're going to go in from the inside, okay, so that we have the ties in the center. However, when doing a hidden spine, you can go in from back here and tie it up here. So in this method, it doesn't matter either way. This is waxed thread. I get this on Amazon, and the colorful kits have beautiful, beautiful colors, right? So that's what that is on the spool holder, is waxed thread. All right, we're going to take this, and we're going to scoot that up there. Now, we're going to go out through the center, right? And we're going to grab that first hole right there, okay? Now, just pretend, if you're sewing it into a book, pretend there's a whole book there. What is all over my finger?
So you're going to put it onto that thing, glue it into
and
the book.
Glue it in. It's a hidden spine.
Oh, it's going to make it look pretty.
And it does. It makes it look real pretty. Okay. If you don't want to lose your end of your thread, take your clip and clip it.
Clip it good.
Right? And then you won't accidentally pull it through. Okay. If it goes loose on you, that's okay. All right? You can do all the things. Make sure you're coming in.
Yep, wax thread, yep.
make sure you're coming in the hole on the correct one. Okay, so I went out through the center on that one. I don't want to come back in through that hole. I want to come in along that same line. Okay, and see how I just left that drop? I just left it drop because I want this to go in through here. Okay. Now we're going to go all the way to the top. All the way to the top. Go out. Make sure you're on the same line for your holes. Okay. Give this a pull. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back in through the center here. Right? We only have one signature to do. We're not getting upset. It's all good, right? And let me tell you.
One on one side, one on the other.
One on one side and one on the other. That's correct.
That way you can tie it, stretch it, and tie it.
Before you pull this really tight and tie a knot, which is what we're going to do, check it. Flip it over. Make sure you're in the right holes, because this is the time to fix it, right? Can you move a bit? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, that's probably about... Sorry. So I went... We'll talk through it. We'll talk, because I'm trying to teach, and I want you to understand this. I came out through the center hole. I went up to the top hole or the bottom hole. It doesn't really matter. And came back into the center of the signature. Okay? Then I went the entire length and out the other end. Okay? Then I came back through the center. And now I'm going to have my tails are on each side. So when we tie this...
Want me to hold that?
You got it. So when we tie this, it pulls real tight. What were you going to say?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
No.
All right. Now, we're going to tie this in a bow.
Just returned from hand surgeon, and oh wow.
Oh, now you got physical therapy.
You're not going to be doing any tying like this at this time, Darla.
Miss Darla.
But you will be able to do it in the future. That's the way you have to look at it.
Okay.
Be encouraged.
Diane's DIY Designs is saying hello. All right, now we can take the clips off. All right. Also, you want to make sure when you're sewing in your signature that your pages are not upside down. And I didn't check your work. I checked mine.
Well, it's too late now.
It could. Yeah, if I have to tear this out, you're going to hear about that later. All right.
What did you do, Larry?
Now, here's what we're going to do, Larry. I'm going to fold this over. I'm sorry, I wasn't expecting it.
There we go.
We're going to fold this over, and I'm going to clip this. Okay? We're going to clip that, and we're going to clip this. All right. Now you have to trick your mind again into saying, oh, Jimmy Lou, you're only going to sew in one signature.
That's right.
And totally ignore that second signature.
It doesn't matter now. It's already sewed in.
Ignore it like...
No worries.
Like it has a sickness you do not want to catch, okay? We're going to get our thread.
And
we're going
do you sew it in
one,
upside down then?
2, nope,
Make
3
sure it's
times.
the correct direction.
3 times the height
Right, Molly? Yes.
of the book, okay? Yep, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be one, I think I'm going to pin it to the top of my page for a while because I know a lot of people are always asking about this. We don't. Because when we glue, we're going to let this sit. We're not going to touch it, okay? So I'm going in through here, and then I'm just pretending, even if you're on a book, okay? We're doing a hidden spine. Even if you're on a book, though, you just take caution in doing it. All right, so we're going through there. We're coming up through the top. Wait, hold on, my page is dancing on me. So I went out through the center, coming back in through the top page. All right, going all the way down and out the bottom. Youch.
Did you get your finger?
I did.
Don't do that.
I did. I got it. I got my finger. All right, pull that close. Susan B., are you still here? Are you feeling a little more confident in doing a double?
I think we should do a third one.
Signature.
In the book, not in this one. But
well, I've done that, okay, and my book, my Journal of the Month ladies, they have learned that, okay. So now I'm coming back in through the center. Okay, so if I went off screen to tie this in, my eyes ain't the swellest, okay. Am I helping you? And I hope I'm not. I hope I'm not trying to make an example out of her, guys. I just saw her struggle Okay, and then I was like,
see how nice and tight that's pulled? You can almost play it
so
like a
many
guitar.
ladies were saying about how they were like nervous about doing this, and I was like, well,
Yep.
then we just
Oh.
need to have a class and we just need to teach it, and it's all good, right? Okay, so we're gonna tie this tight now that we know that's good.
Yeah, we love you, Susan B.
Ooh, tennis elbow, no pickleball. Okay. You're learning a lot. Good, good, good. All right, so we're tying this in a bow. You could leave these long if you want to and tie a little charm or something on it, but I'm not putting any charms
You
on
don't need
this.
these, do you?
I don't.
None of them, right?
None of them. Yeah, you can take all of them. Okay. And now what we can do is, oh boy, you said about it and I didn't look to make sure I was sewing it in straight. Okay.
That's straight.
Take these off. Okay. Now look at. There's my signatures on my spine. It's hidden, which means we're not going to see any of this on the outside of the book.
That's nice.
Okay? Which just, it's just another way of doing it. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a look through, but then we're going to glue. We're going to add some glue, and we're going to glue this all down in there, and then we're going to let it go, and next Wednesday, Larry and I will be doing, we'll work in this book next Wednesday, okay? All right, so let's take a look through. So when we open our book, here's what we're seeing, right? You're going to see that's going to flap open. I love the blue. It enhances the little angel up there very nicely, all right? So all we have to do now, Larry, is glue this down. Now look we got a lot of writing places in this because I wanted it to be people could write prayer requests in, or they can maybe keep track of the good things that happen to them. I didn't even look to see how you put your papers in here. Look, guys. He put his up here.
Yeah, I put one up there.
What end did you cut off of that?
Well, hey, I figured I'd freak you out.
No, really. Because I know you took it over to the board and cut it.
Well, maybe I didn't cut the right end off. We can always cut it off. It's no big deal. It's a junk jar.
Isn't right? There's no rules, right? But I gotta know. Now I have to know. Like, what did he cut off of there?
Don't let that work you up too much.
No, I just really. You did. You cut the.
I cut the wrong end off. Oh, well.
That's okay.
That's why we have scissors. We can see.
It's fine.
I did that.
We can.
Don't let me teach you that again.
Yeah, don't make him show you that again, you guys. We'll just put it on my cutting board and we'll just trim this edge off, or you can use decorative scissors. No big deal.
Well,
and then we'll still have that.
If we left it long, we could put it as long as we wanted.
You could
out there, whatever.
You could absolutely. You could also. We don't have to cut the end off at all to make it a pocket. We can make it flip and stuff.
Yes, you
Thanks,
could.
Miss Robin. I hope if you're not following me that you'll follow me and you'll come back next Wednesday when we work in this book again. But you can come back tomorrow. We've got the Memory Decks event tomorrow. So look, there's part of the storybook. So the storybook is being saved. It's kept intact. I'm not too nervous about this, okay? This is okay. We can add lace to the edges of these and it'll be beautiful.
Oh, you could use these page edges.
You really enjoy it? We could. He's saying we could keep the page edges that were cut off and we could re-glue them back on.
If
you wanted to. So basically he's saying we could take this.
And you could mix them up to make them different.
Yeah, and we could glue it.
It doesn't have to be the same as this side.
Yep. That's actually a really good idea. Don't throw those away.
I wasn't going to. I already had this idea in mind.
Did you?
I did.
Well, then I think we might have to work on that next week. Or I was going to say, we can make a master board and make some pockets, because this printable didn't have any ephemera with it. So there's no ephemera to go with this. I have some ephemera in mind for it. That's left over from another project. All right, so we have our... I'm just doing a flip through, Larry, and then we'll glue some things in. But look, we got this nice place to write there. Levels and layers make our eyes go different places. I didn't put any of them upside down either. So. No, you did a good job. I think you should. I think you're like ready to do your own book. I'm just saying. Right? I should have warned him about things.
I don't know if I'm not into it, but
I should have warned you about some things. Okay. So that's
that was the most important thing.
Those are our pages. They're all set and ready to go, okay? And now what we're going to do, is we're going to glue the snot out of it, okay? I'm not even kidding. We're going to put so much glue on here. You guys are going to be like, what is she doing?
You're doing that today?
We are. We're going to glue.
We were going to finish it.
We have to let the glue sit, so we can't glue this next week.
You're going to put weight on it too?
We're going to clip it. We like to clip it. All right, so I'm going to take some glue right here, and I'm just going to put a little on there, all right? So that way that stays down and behaves itself. Okay, same way on the bottom here. Just put a little glue, press that down. Bookmakers, you can't send stars? Well, I don't know why, Miss Kimberly. I have it turned on. Well, thank you anyways. You can comment, you can SHARE, okay? Those things all help this page. All right, now what we're going to do is we're adding glue to only the cardboard part. And lots of it, you guys. This is Fabri-Tac. I'm using Fabri-Tac because I have fabric on here, all right? And we're putting a lot of glue on there. Lots and lots, all right? Use the back side of your spoon and spread it nice and evenly. The reason I'm spreading it evenly is I don't want it to be loosey-goosey, okay? Nobody wants your book, your spine to be loosey-goosey when you sew it.
You also don't want to have bubbles all in it.
You don't.
You want it to be smooth.
Yeah, smooth.
Smooth.
Okay, so just like so. Now this glue does have a scent to it, if that bothers you.
No, I couldn't notice that. Not at all.
Okay, so here's what I'm doing. I only put glue on there. And then what I'm doing is I'm putting my spine, I'm bringing my spine into it to make it meet, okay? And this sometimes will get you. So just do it and be careful and it will work out, okay? So once you have that in place, get you a clip. I had a different clip.
There's another one. There's a little red one there.
This one here is the one I want. Oh, too big. Hang on. Wait for it. These little sewing clips are the best for clipping in the center of the spine. In the center of the signature, right? Because it fits right down in there. Oops.
Yep, one on the top and one on the bottom,
Okay,
right?
yep, one on the top, one on the bottom. Once I get the first one in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this apart and I'm going to press that. Because I want it to stick down in there, right?
Yep.
Clip it, clip it, clip it. Press it good. Press it both sides, right? See how nice that looks? From the bottom, from the top. This is slightly off a little bit, but it's not bothering me too much. All right, then what we're going to do is we're going to glue these parts down.
I'm starting to like you more, you know?
I think I like me more too. I'll tell you what, I feel like I did pretty good today. Hi there. Can you explain what paper or cardstock you're using for printing? Phyllis Runyon, I saw you messaged me that, so let me explain it to you. The papers that I printed for sewing into my signature, those blue pages for this book, the yellow pages for other books, that is 24-pound weight cardstock. Now, some people use 24-pound. Some people, I think Lisa Ahmad said she uses 32-pound. I can't find 32-pound here. And I just get mine at Walmart. Okay, it's just Walmart, high quality. You can get it on Amazon too if that's what you want to do. All right, I'm pressing that down in there. Oh, I'm so glad. How many of you would say what Becky just said there? Now seeing this tutorial, I feel more comfortable doing a little golden book. And I'm sure I just taught some of my competition how to do this a very nice way. But that's okay because community over competition, right? We can support each other. There's room for everybody at the table. All right, so just press that down. And then what I'm going to do, we're going to clip it. I'm going to put a clamp on there. And I'm going to put a clamp on here, and I'm going kind of close to the bend, so that way that will set up nicely. All right, now we're going to go to the back and do the same thing. Yeah, absolutely. Here, get ready to screenshot. What does the signature mean? Okay, so Shannon Clark, books are made up of groupings of pages, And the groupings of, that's me too, Molly. The groupings of pages are called a signature. Absolutely, Shell. You are so correct. I hope that I have a new friend in you. Do you journal? I meant to ask, but I didn't get a chance to really watch the comments. Okay. So now we're going to do the same thing on this side, and we're going to glue this down. So that little part, when I ripped it, when I was taking it apart, now I'm pretty confident that it'll be
covered, yep.
It is. The
fabric
fabric is going
to...
Yes, the fabric is going to do it. Okay, so the grouping of pages together is called a signature. And this one has 2 groupings of pages.
And there were 17 of them, correct?
17 pages in each one. That's a little excessive, but
we have
yes.
room, though. The book is going to be thick enough.
This is going to be on replay, Marcella, and I'm going to pin it to the top of the page. So just come back to the Messy Craft Corner, and right at the top of the page, it'll be there. Okay? All right, so we're going to just do the same thing. Just lay that down and just smooth it. Make it smooth, right? So see how I have room there from where there was no glue? That's okay. We'll fix that here in a second. I'm going to put a clip there, and we're going to put a clip here. And then I got to tell you, leave it alone. I know it's...
Onion said, I'm working on a Valentine's journal for my granddaughter.
We almost did that song in.
Oh, we did okay.
Almost. All right.
Almost doesn't count.
Only in horseshoes and hopscotch, right?
You can probably glue it to the opposite side. You won't even notice that. Like if we glue the end on the opposite side.
Well, it didn't take it off, so it'll be all right. All right, so here we go. We're going to spread this out. Tomorrow's the Memory Decks event, you guys. It starts at 1 o'clock. It'll be streamed into the Junk Journaling Jamboree. So you guys can go ahead and go on over there to the Jamboree and follow it over there. So next week, what we'll do with this book on Wednesday, I'm going to save it for Wednesday, is we're going to take it.
Looks good.
And we're going to add some lace on the inside here. We're going to take some of this fabric and we're going to cover the whole inside back of this to make it ready for either a pocket or a belly band. Memory Decks. It's a paper crafting event, and I'll be live at 5:30 tomorrow with that. There's free printables here on my page. If you go to the Messy Craft Corner and scroll down a couple of posts, you'll see it. My friend Cynthia from Guided Creation Printable Designs makes the prints. She gives 1 free sheet, and then you can go to her Ko-fi shop to purchase a full set if you like. So can't wait to get home from church to cute it up on. Oh, good. You finished your masterboard. I'm so glad. All right, so there we go, you guys. I hope that I've taught you something amazing and that you'll come back. Supporting this page, you can do so by liking the video, sharing the video, commenting, and interacting with one another is big helps for us here. Somebody made a comment the other day about there were too many commercials. Commercials help pay for the free tutorial. So if you're watching on replay and there were commercials, that's all part of. It's like watching streaming. That's free, right? Okay, so I'm very happy about this, Larry. I think it turned out really good. I think I picked very nice papers to match on the inside. I think it'll be good. So, and then Friday morning, 10 a.m., you guys, who wants to see a new color? Real quickly, then I got to go because I got bookmakers tonight. Friday morning at 10 a.m., over in Craft Round the Clock. Now, you got to go to Craft Round the Clock to do it. They're having their market day. So you can go over there and you can, it's like a Rolodex. They call them memory decks. You can go over to that group. I'll be live at 10 a.m. from 10 to 10:30.
Thanks,
We're
Connie.
selling these kits on Friday. This is supposed to be a gray, but I don't know. I don't know what happened. The dye is mixed between like a gray and a green. So I don't know. I like the color. I'm not unhappy with it. So there's 2 small kits for Friday that will be available during the sale. And then I also have some coordinating fabrics. You can buy fabric special over in Craft Around the Clock. So I want to say from Larry and myself and the whole tag team Crafting, we appreciate you. And Larry wants to say something?
So those of you looking for a new worship song, which you may have heard this song, but it's by someone called Todd Fields, and it's Worship Circle. And the song is called God, You Are My God. Check that out. That's a really good song. He does a nice job on it. And you can see all the worshipers there. It's really great, and you'll enjoy it. So, yep.
Yep.
And
Yeah, that's a really good song. All right, so we'll see you all later. My bookmakers, I'm going to see you guys at 7 o'clock over in the group. And thanks for joining us for Tag Team Crafting. Yeah. And Larry, thanks for helping put together a signature.
It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun, and it took a little less time because you helped do it. So
thank you everyone for watching.
Absolutely. And we'll see you all real soon. Remember to always be kind because you never know what someone's going through. And we'll see you all real soon. Bye, guys.